Discovering Rosie.
Hi, my name is Rosemary, but everyone calls me Rosie. I am 18 years old and I live in the United States. I'm a normal girl who lives with her normal parents in a normal house in a normal city. And just like every normal person, it took me a while to discover who I really was. The older I got, the more I discovered about myself. I discovered that I love drawing, dancing, and playing in the garden. I discovered that I don't like broccoli and that I prefer chocolate ice cream over strawberry. I discovered that my favorite color is purple and that my favorite food is spaghetti. I also discovered more important things about myself, like how my emotions work, how I solve problems, and how I can face my fears. In this book, I will tell you the story about how I discovered Rosie.
It all started 10 years ago on my first day of third grade. The teacher was assigning our new seats, and I got placed next to Emerson. The first thing I noticed when I saw her was her beautiful red hair and her cute freckles. Whenever she looked at me, I felt a little nervous and started blushing. I also found myself staring at her during class, and sometimes I even felt some butterflies in my stomach.
Emerson and I often played together, and we quickly became very good friends. We loved to play outside together, but our favorite thing to do was playing with our dolls. I felt more and more butterflies in my stomach every time I saw her. It was a nice feeling, but it also made me confused. I kept thinking to myself, I've never felt something like this before. Is this normal?
I spent hours in my bedroom thinking about these new, unknown feelings. I wanted to talk about my feelings, but I was scared of people's reactions. Let's just keep it to myself, I thought. My friends will think it's weird anyway, and I'm probably the only girl in the world who has ever felt this way about another girl. I didn't want to be different. Why can't I be like everybody else? I asked myself.
When I was 12 years old, I moved to a new neighborhood. Because I had to switch schools, I also had to leave behind my friends, including Emerson. Moving houses also meant getting new neighbors, and one of them was Sabrina. She was a few years older than me, so we never really talked, but she did help me understand myself better. I often saw Sabrina holding hands with another girl, and I sometimes even shared a kiss.
Sabrina and her girlfriend always seemed so happy together, which made me happy as well. Seeing the two of them made me feel like it is normal for two girls to be in love, and it gave me hope that maybe one day in the future I might have a girlfriend as well.
I had heard about gay people before, and I knew it being gay men, but I had never seen a gay couple before I knew Sabrina. It was not a topic that my mom and dad talked about often, and this was the first time I had ever seen two girls being in love. This made me realize that the feelings I had felt for Emerson may not have been so weird after all.
At age 16, I met my two best friends, Sierra and Matthew. We spent a lot of time together, and we were always there for each other. Matthew also trusted us enough to tell us he was gay himself. Sierra and Matthew taught me that it is okay to be gay and that I shouldn't care about what other people think. They taught me to love myself because I was born this way and I am perfect just the way I am.
Sierra and Matthew encouraged me to open up about my feelings to my parents, and so I did. With all the courage I had gathered, I walked downstairs and told them. When the words, I am gay, left my mouth, I felt relieved. The fear those words held, that I had kept from my parents for so long, were finally out there.
My parents told me that they love me, regardless of who I would fall in love with. If you are happy, we are happy as well.
And this long, long story is the journey of how I discovered and learned to accept myself. Discovering yourself, as you can see, takes time. It might take you months, years, or even decades. The funny thing is, you don't ever stop discovering yourself. You learn new things about yourself every day. To every boy or girl reading this book, know that you're beautiful just the way you are and don't let anyone tell you any different. Love, Rosie.